So how does a blind person shovel snow? Here we are, another snowy day in Minnesota. Come with me and I'll show you how I do it. Hey, so welcome back to the channel. Here we are, another snowy day here in Minnesota. I thought it'd be interesting to shoot a quick video and describe to you how I shovel the snow as a blind person. So looking outside right now, I literally see nothing other than white. Super bright white. I'm wearing sunglasses right now. But even when I look outside, it's incredibly bright. I'm still squinting. Sometimes I even just close my eyes because it's so bright, even with sunglasses on. But as I look out here, there's no contrast of any kind. Literally everything is just pure white to me. So what I do, since I'm not able to see, the difference between, like, even where I am, sometimes when I'm leaning down, kind of shoveling, I lose track of where I am, and sometimes I get turned around. So what I do is, very specifically, I start in the garage. I'm standing just right outside the garage right now. I start at the garage and I run a line straight down to the street from the garage. And then from there, I move everything over to the one side of the driveway, and then I make a huge mound. I don't know if you can see it, probably.
Oh, it's really low contrast right now.
Really low contrast, probably not right now. I can't see it. The only reason I know it's there is because it's just what I do.
Well, we did it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and I feel it with the shovel when I'm over there, but it's a big pile of snow that I have over on the yard, and I actually call it the Great Wall of Stephen. Our neighbor his name is Stephen, and so I make this huge pile between our driveway and his, but I call it the Great Wall of Stephen. And it's probably, just guessing based on the feel, it's probably about 5 feet high, the pile. Would you say so, Corey?
Yeah, it's probably, well, it probably was 5 feet tall, and now it's
packed down
probably
a little
like,
bit.
It's packed down a little bit, but yeah, like 4 to 5 feet. It was 5 feet.
So I haven't done it at this house, but when I lived at my parents' house, the way that I would shovel their driveway is sometimes I would have 2 metronomes, which are little small beeping devices. And I would take those devices and set them in specific areas, and then I would listen for the beeping so that I would know exactly where I was and I wouldn't lose my track and like where I was in the driveway. Something else that I do is I typically prefer to shovel at night. And the reason that I do that is because right now, like I said, there's literally no contrast of any kind. It's just bright white outside right now. But when I shovel at night in the dark, I can then use the lights on the house to illuminate, and then I can look up and I always have a reference of where I am on the driveway. So I use the lights on the house to use those as anchors to give me an idea of where I am at all times when I'm shoveling. This is what I do. I'm gonna run a line straight down from the edge of the garage down to the street. And then basically what I do is I follow that line that I've created. I use that as kind of my reference point, and then I push everything toward the Great Wall of Stephen. And then I build to that mountain. Hopefully by the end of the winter, I have a great big wall that I can't even see his driveway or anything anymore. So anyway, I'll just run down. I always use the house as a reference, but let's see what happens.
And the neighbor's car is right there too, Matt, to the left.
Yeah, the neighbor's car is there too, so somewhat of a hazard.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Something else that's interesting too, just a point. I can't see their car, but for those of you who are blind or visually impaired, you know how we can hear things? I can't see the car, but I can hear that there's something there. I don't know how to describe that, but I can sense it based on the sound vibrations coming back to me. I can actually hear the car there. So I know I'm really close to it, but I can't see it. Yeah, just a component. So based on, now I just push it all that way. All right, so there it is. Just a quick video about how I shovel the driveway as a blind person. Like I said, I typically do it at night when I can use the lights on the house as an anchor. Other than that, when I do it during the day like this, when it's literally no contrast, it's just everything's bright white, I just run a straight line down from the garage down to the street, and then I follow that line as kind of my reference point to push everything toward the Great Wall of Stephen. So thanks again for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you again on another video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.